Have you ever been so tired, so completely done with your day that you just wanted to quit? Well, I want to share a really simple but powerful story with you today. It's called The Last Delivery. And honestly, its message might just change how you look at your own toughest moments.
This right here, this quote is basically the whole story in a nutshell. Think about that for a second. Sometimes your hardest moment hides your biggest opportunity. We've all been there, right? At our absolute breaking point. This story is all about what could be waiting for us just on the other side of that feeling.
Okay, so let's meet the hero of our story. This is Arman. He's a delivery driver, and his world is this huge, chaotic city. Let's kind of step into his shoes for a minute and see what his daily life is actually like.
So the first thing you have to understand about Arman's job is just the physical grind. I mean, picture it. The sun is just beating down, the pavement is practically sizzling, and he's out there, pedaling through it all on his old bike. It is a constant, draining battle.
And if the heat wasn't enough, then you've got the traffic. Just a never-ending river of noise and cars and chaos. For Arman, this isn't just a commute he has to get through. This is his office, and it is a super stressful one.
You put those two things together, the heat and the traffic, and you get these incredibly long, just exhausting days. You know that cycle, right? You wake up tired, and somehow you go to bed even more tired, all just to make ends meet. The pace is absolutely relentless.
So you have to ask, why does he do it? What gets him back on that bike every single morning? Well, his motivation isn't really for himself. He's pushing through all of this for his family. He has to care for his sick father, and he needs to make sure his younger sister can pay her school fees. That's what keeps him going.
All right, so let's zoom in on one particular evening, because this is the evening that changes everything. We're moving from his daily routine to this single, crucial moment of decision.
So picture the scene. The day is finally over. It's been raining hard, so he's soaked right through. He is exhausted, he's hungry, and really the only thing on his mind is getting home.
And then, just as he's about to call it, his phone buzzes. One last delivery request. And this is it. This is that moment of choice. Every single part of him wants to just say no, to finally be done for the night. You can feel that internal fight, can't you?
But something inside him, you know that same drive that gets him up in the morning, it pushes back. He takes a deep breath, and he makes a choice. Just one more. It's such a tiny decision, right? To push just a little bit further past his limit.
And this is where the whole story really shifts. Because that one more delivery, it takes him through that downpour all the way to a small house on the quiet edge of the city. And what happens next is anything but ordinary.
So he gets to the door, and he's met by this elderly woman. Now, she looks pretty frail, but she greets him with this incredibly warm and genuine smile. And he can tell right away, she lives all by herself.
And here's where we see Arman's true character shine through. He doesn't just, drop the package and run. No, he helps her get it inside. And then he notices a small leak in the ceiling from all the rain, so he actually takes a moment to fix a corner of her roof. It's just a simple act, not for a tip, not for anything, just out of pure kindness.
Arman went home that night and probably didn't think twice about it. But that small act of kindness, it sets something incredible into motion. Because the very next day, he gets a call from his company that is about to change his entire life.
So why the call? Well, it turns out that elderly woman was so touched by his help that she actually sat down and wrote a letter to his employer, just praising his character and his generosity.
And here is the unbelievable twist. She wasn't just some random person. She was a retired school principal, someone with connections all over the city. And in her letter, she didn't just say he was a nice guy. She actively recommended him for a better, more stable job at a local school.
And the most amazing part of all this whole transformation from that rainy, miserable night to a brand new life, it all happened in just 1 month. 1 month. It's an incredible turnaround.
I mean, just look at the difference here. He went from those endless hours and the constant struggle to a stable job with a real salary. He went from total uncertainty to actual security for himself and for his family. It was a complete 180.
So what's the big lesson here? What's the moral of Arman's story? Let's kind of boil it down. What can we all learn from his one more delivery?
It really all comes down to this, that one single moment, that moment of maximum exhaustion, where he almost gave up. That was the very thing that unlocked his entire future. His greatest hardship was literally hiding his greatest opportunity.
And that, of course, leaves us with a question for ourselves. The next time you're tired, the next time you're ready to quit, what might happen if you just decide to give it one more try? What hidden opportunity could be waiting inside your own last delivery? It's definitely something